only advantage in against Hikaru match was that I already wanted to give him the win. I wanted to withdraw, so I didn't care anymore.
Your first scalp of a world champion. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, I feel really happy. Yeah, for sure, it's an easier world champion than Magnus, but of course, the team is very strong. And,
Welcome back, chess fans. In this video, Alireza Firouzja once again. Game 1, accuracy 93.1 against Grandmaster Vasquez. So Alireza here plays e4 and we go straight into a Sicilian. And knight off played by black. Bishop g5, aggressive, e6. Now queen f3 is what Alireza picks, but you could also play f4. h6 played, so here I know about the move bishop h4, but Alireza played bishop d2, likely he wants to avoid theory. So the game goes on right now, and clearly Alireza is going for the king, g4, knight c6, take, h4. Very clear, at some point g5 is coming. Queen b7, let's be careful about e4, bishop g3. Now, if you play bishop g2 here, knight d7, followed by knight e5 or knight c5, and that's fine for black. So bishop g3, logical, knight d7, g5, knight e5, logical here, and we have a bunch of exchanges. Black takes, white takes, and here clearly the king cannot come here. We have the open file, so black play long castle. f4 is played, check, we take with the queen, a5. So a lot of exchanges, the kings are on the left side of the board, but so far so good for each player, right? So now a5, clearly b4 is a threat. The knight were to come anywhere, what's going on? We have this attack here. So you almost think that black is doing well. So here, if you play g6, which is logical, b4, and all of a sudden, just to illustrate, you will lose because you have everything hanging. So here, of course, Alireza play rook e1 to protect our pawn on e4. And at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the game really changes. Here, black decided to play g6. Now remember, black has a bishop pair. You play bishop g7, everything is fine, but that is too slow. This is a single moment where black didn't play the best move, and then everything is changing after that. If black had played b4 instead of g6, that was the right move. Just to show you, on knight e2, then you could play d5 with black, threatening to come here, or you could also take on a3 and then play d5, and after that, you have a lot of compensation for the pawn. You have the two bishops and the game goes on. So over here, b4 was the most aggressive, the risky move, but the move to play. Instead, g6 is played. So if white waits, then you get the dream position for black. But Alireza playing with white, and he plays knight a2. What a move, right? Because black wants to play b4, but now we're attacking a5. Queen b6, and here, queen c3. Once again, we're attacking a5. a4 is played. By the way, black had to play king b7, give up a pawn, and hope for the best. But here, a4 is played. So now knight b4, attack c6. Once again, king d7 is a mistake. He had to go over here to protect the king, as we shall see. So king d7 here, and now this pawn here are blocked. The king is at the center. Alireza is in the driver's seats. Queen f6, best move, attacks f7, king e8, defense. And now, looking at the game, I thought that Alireza would play knight d5, a very flashy sack, because on take, you take. But on knight d5, maybe queen b7 would be what black would answer. So instead, Alireza go with f5. bishop e7, queen g7, bishop f8. Of course, Alireza doesn't repeat. Queen g8. Now black takes, and e5. And here, very simple now, g6, and black resign. Clearly you're threatening checkmate, and if you take, you could simply, for instance, give a check, and over here, bishop g5, attack e7, and then when you take f6, win a piece, end the game. If you do queen c4, give a check, king comes here, checkmate, king goes there, I have 2 queens. So anyway, amazing game here, and very strong accuracy, but everything changed after 92, and Alireza didn't skip a beat. But now, let's see another game with the white pieces. And in the second game, Alireza Firouzja played 1c4 the English against Sergei Zhigalko, an extremely experienced grandmaster. Now, what was the accuracy in this game? 98.4, ladies and gentlemen. That's insane, and we have a brilliant move that we're gonna uncover as well. So let's go straight into that. 1c4 played, e5, and here I would think that g3 and bishop g2 is a classic move. But Alireza goes his own way with e4. Let me go quickly in the opening. And obviously, black is occupying d4 because we made a big hole on d4, right? Game goes on, so far so good. And I would say the position is about equal. And here we have a positional chess kind of game, b3, and the game goes on. d7, we push in the center, queen g5. So Zhigalko is a very experienced grandmaster, very strong in blitz as well, and he's threatening bishop take h3. So I would think of playing king h1 here to avoid the threat, but Alireza Firouzja goes a different way. He takes on c5, knight takes, and here he plays queen c1, offering to go into the endgame. And the computer confirmed this is the best move. Now the endgame would be good for white because remember you may have knight b5 attacking the pawns, maybe playing e5. So Zhigalko play queen f6. So queen e3. Then we put the pieces in a center. And now this is white to play and what to do here, right? Position seems to be equal and black has put the rooks on the e5. Nevertheless, e5 is played by Firouzja. You have to take massive exchanges, and now we're attacking the knight on b6. So b6 plays to cover the threat of rook take c5. What to do with white? Well, we have a bit of pressure, and bishop c6 attacks the rooks have to move. And here it takes one move for black to go from, let's say, defending to being lost. Here, the right move was rook b8, which is not logical. Instead, Zhigalko thinks, I'm going to go rook c8 to defend 7. And here, feel free to pause the video, white to play and win. And yes, the game is lost for black because Firouzja quickly played knight e5. The rook has nowhere to go. The rook is lost, so you have to take. White takes, but black get a second piece. So 2 pieces for the rook, that should be good. But what did black forget? Of course, it's obvious now. Rook takes c7, best move. Of course, you cannot take because that's gonna be checkmate on the back rank. So here, black is lost. If you do rook b8, rook takes c6, extra pawn exchange, and you're winning. For some reason, black played rook d8, maybe hoping for a blunder. But after this move, this was checkmate, was a blitz game played in July. And once again, 98.4 accuracy. So Firouzja, super impressive, can play 1e4 to go for the attack, or can play 1c4 to play positional chess, both with near flawless accuracy. And with that, I see you in the next one.